Hello, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. If this is your first time of seeing us, welcome. Do you know that every business is expected to register in Nigeria before you can operate? It is illegal to operate a business in Nigeria without it being registered. And in Nigeria, the law that governs the registration of a business that you must comply with before you can start up a business in Nigeria is called the Companies and Allied Matters Act 2020. And just like every law, there is always a body established to ensure the implementation of the provisions of that law. And in this instance, the Companies and Allied Matters Act established the Corporate Affairs Commission as the body empowered to ensure the implementation of the act. The Corporate Affairs Commission has the right to sue and be sued. Corporate Affairs Commission also has the right to buy properties, just like human beings can buy properties. Yes, the main power of the Corporate Affairs Commission is to regulate the formation. They are the ones that will regulate, and they will be the ones that they are the ones that will also register a company. So when you make application to them, they are the ones that will look at your application, they will review it, and if you've complied with the provisions of the law, they will register you. Then once you've registered, the other things they call post incorporation matters that a business is supposed to adhere to. It is also the Corporate Affairs Commission that ensures that those businesses comply with those provisions. Then when it comes to winding up of a business for one reason or the other, yes, businesses are expected to live a long time, since they are not like human beings that can, at a point, therefore death is inevitable. All of us will eventually die. But businesses, if properly managed, are expected to be forever per se. Let's say, because there are businesses in the world that have actually stayed like 100 years. I'm not sure of any business in Nigeria that is up to that is more than 100 years, but there are several businesses in other countries that have outlived people that formed them. So when in the unlikely event a business goes into liquidation, Corporate Affairs Commission is also expected to be carried along. There's some approvals you have to get from them before the winding up process can even start properly, and even when it ends, you are also expected to file some documents with them. Then when it comes to business, like if you look at the corporate affair, the Companies and Allied Matters Act, it actually has different kinds of businesses it recognizes. We have a business name, we have a company, we have partnership. When it comes to today, we are going to be dwelling on a business name. When it comes to a business name, yes, you are expected to register a business name, but there are instances that the law can actually make an exception for you. In events like, for instance, my name is Juliana Okeke, and I decide to operate a business name with the name Juliana Okeke. Is my name. The law does not mandate me to register it since it's already my name. So even when I'm sued, because the business is seen, both of us are seen as one and the same person. So I'm not expected to register that business. But in the event that I decide to use a different kind of name, let's say I want to venture into maybe I want to venture into selling of clothes, fashion designing, and I decide to use Nigerian fashions, I'm expected to register the name. Then when it comes to a business name, the advantage of a business name is that it is very simple to register. The regulation is not that strict when it comes to a business name. And also when it comes to a business name, your name, once you register that name, that's why it's called business name. Once you register that business name, another person cannot use that business, cannot use that name to run a business, whether a person wants to register a company or anything. So long as that name has already been registered and assigned to me, no other person can use it in Nigeria. So that is the essence of that's the importance of registering your business name. However, just like every advantage has a disadvantage, um a business name does not there is no difference. Even when just like, let's say even if you decide to, you don't want to register, is your like Julian Okeke, like I gave an instance, and I don't want to register it, there is no difference between that name, that's there is no difference between me and that name and that business name, that business by name Juliana Okeke. So that's the thing. Even when I decide to, let's say I'm using a different name and I decide to register that name, so long as it's not my name, there is no difference between me and that business. And that business does not have the legal personality of its own. That business cannot buy properties. That cannot buy properties. That business cannot sue and be sued on its own. So what it simply means is that in the unlikely event I decide to sue someone or the business decides to sue someone, it has to sue through me. So it's not going to be Juliana Okeke trading under the name of so and so. Another disadvantage when it comes to registering a business name is that when the business goes into debt, since there is no difference between me and that business, the creditors will come after me in the unlikely event that there is no asset they will hold on to, or there is no asset that business has that they will hold on to offset their debt. They will come after me. There is no limit to my liability. There is no limit to my exposure. I'm always exposed. There are other kinds of businesses we are going to talk about, but with the few things we've said about a business, it is not advisable. Yes, is that the only advantage is that when you register a business name, the name is protected, so no other person can use that name in Nigeria. However, I will not advise you to just register a business name and run with it, because of the different kinds of exposure. Yes, you will think it's very easy, you don't have to do a lot, the regulation is not strict on you, but it's not advisable. Another thing I've also noticed that many, if you are looking towards expanding and you're looking towards having foreign investors, or there's some serious investors that want to pump money into your business, that will be discouraged when they discover that the business you are running, you only have a business name. It's not really, you don't have you don't have a company registered. So I would advise that in as much as the business name is there and is there to protect your name, our advice that you go the extra mile by registering a company. In the next video, we are going to be talking about different kinds of companies. We will talk about the advantages of a company, and also we are going to compare and contrast a company and a business name. At least by the time we've done this, we'll be able to choose and you'll be able to know the reason why I said there is a need for you to do the extra mile of registering your business as a company rather than just registering the business name. I thank you very much for today. This has been wonderful. I hope that we'll continue doing this thing over time. Thank you so much. Bye. Like, share my videos. Take care of yourself. Bye. Bye. Bye.